What's up, YouTube? It's your boy John from Project Ellsworth. Yesterday was my 49th birthday, July 21st, 2020. I spent the day with Janae. We went out and had lunch, filmed the mukbang video, link in the description. She gave me some really cool gifts before we left the house. Then we went out, and I spent way more than I intended on doing. This is my birthday haul video. I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. I have everything situated in the store that I bought this stuff from, as well as in the order that I bought it. So first up, my wife gave me a few gifts before we left the house yesterday. And before I forget, I want to give a shout out to everybody in the horror community who wished me happy birthday yesterday. Today is actually July 22nd. Jason, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Jump over, check his channel out, say happy birthday to Jason. So again, from the bottom of my heart, it means the world to me. Thank you, everybody that wished me happy birthday yesterday. All right, let's get into this. First thing I got yesterday was We Watched a Movie coffee cup that my wife bought me. She actually bought me a t-shirt from We Watched a Movie with the same logo on it a couple of months ago. I don't remember when she gave me that. Maybe Valentine's Day. I'm not really sure. No, you know what? Maybe it was Father's Day. Who cares? She bought me a t-shirt with this logo on it. I love these guys. Go check their channel out too. They're up over 100,000 subscribers. They talk about anything and everything that's got to do with horror. Their names are Mike and Jay, and they're both a little wacky, which is what makes them so much fun. So that was the first thing I got. Next up, I actually have this right here on the way to me from Phil at Phil's Creepy Vids from Canada. Janae bought me this before I sent Phil the request for him to send me this in the mail. It's the Toonie Terrors Michael Myers, and believe me, I don't mind having two of these at all. I'll put one of these over with my Halloween collection, and I'll put the other one with my Toonie Terrors collection. So, not a big deal at all that I have two of them. It just stinks that I had to double up on my wife. She was not happy when she realized that I had Phil sending me that thing. Next up, this is something that I've been looking all over the place for, and I couldn't find it, and my wife did it the smart way. She just jumped online and found it right away. The 4K scan of Jaws. I've heard nothing but good things about this. I can't wait to watch it myself. I have an 86-inch 4K TV in my living room with a 4K HDMI and a 4K Blu-ray player. So, before too long, I will be sitting down on a very dark evening and watch Jaws. Looking forward to it. All right. Next up, she snuck behind me and picked this up last week when we were in FYE. She knew that I wanted this thing. She saw me in there. I said something to her about it. And then I mentioned to her the other day that I was just talking to Cody and Phil and Mark and Ben on our Saturday night stream, Coast to Coast stream on H&S Collectibles. She got me the Shout Factory, Scream Factory edition of Creepshow. Absolutely love this. I think this is very well maybe the greatest anthology horror movie that's ever been made. George Romero, Stephen King, fantastic. Wanted this thing. It is Scream Factory. I've been wanting this thing, but I was afraid to pull the trigger on it, which worked out well. She pulled the trigger for me. Very cool. All right, and next up, my son, Ryan, actually got me this. He got me the Hellraiser, the Pinhead Neca figure. Looking all over the place for him, couldn't find him. And I actually knew that Ryan bought me this because I told him to keep an eye out for me. He found it. When I got home, I said, "How much?" And he said, "Happy birthday." And then he made me wait 2 or 3 weeks before he would give it to me. Understood. Great birthday present from a great kid. All right, next, the first place we went was, we have 2 Walmarts in our area. And I bought this stuff at the first Walmart we went to. Movie called The Haunted. I don't know if you guys know who Sean C. Phillips is. He's another YouTuber with a hell of a lot of subscribers. He does movie reviews. He does a weekly thing where he goes out and buys DVDs. He actually brings his camera into the store with him and just shows you what's going on in there. He is actually, I believe, in this movie. I don't think he's got a big role in the movie, but he has a role in this movie. Employed as a night nurse for an ailing man, young caretaker Emma arrives at an isolated house for her first shift. The moment she enters the home, a feeling of dread creeps over her. As the night draws on, signs of a threatening supernatural presence grows harder. What in the world? Supernatural presence grows harder to dismiss, and she is forced to confront the dark secrets that lie buried in the old house. So, I really don't know a whole lot about this movie other than that Sean is in this movie, and that is the reason that I bought this movie. So, if you ever watch this, Sean, I bought this because you're in it. Alright, and the other thing that I bought at Neca, or excuse me, Lord Almighty, the other thing that I bought at that Walmart was another Neca figure. I wasn't sure if I was going to buy this, but I watched Cody's unboxing video over at H&S Collectibles. The Big Chap alien figure. I picked him up. I don't know how well you'll be able to see him in that video with all the light, and he's black, and inside the box is black. But I'll do an unboxing video for him as well. I wasn't sure. I have an old McFarlane Toys alien figure that absolutely drove me nuts. He wouldn't stand upright. His tail was a pain in the ass. So I wasn't going to buy this thing. I've been seeing this in the store forever. Wasn't going to pull the trigger on it. But I watched Cody's video and this thing looked awesome, so I added it to my collection. That was everything I bought at the first Walmart. Next, I stopped at two Dollar Trees, and they must have just got their movies in because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 DVDs between the two Dollar Trees. First up, we got Here Comes the Devil. I haven't opened these yet, so they're extra shiny, which annoys the crap out of me, which is why I normally open these before I shoot these videos. They're shiny enough without the extra cellophane on top of them. Fantastic, strange, and unsettling. And it's also magnificently creepy, and that's listed by Ain't It Cold News. It's a magnet release. Can't even see it because of the glare. Yeah, I thought that sounded cool. And like I've said on these videos before, if I see a horror movie for $1, I'm buying it. Unless it's something I already know going in that I don't like. Alright, next is Inside. If this is what I think that this is, I have to assume that this is the American-made remake of the original French movie. I believe Inside was a French movie. I know it was a part of the French Extreme line, which obviously I think that that may be a French movie. But this is about a pregnant woman. Somebody is in there to try and steal her baby. Take her baby out of her. The original movie was crazy. I loved it. I think that this is a remake of that. So I would have bought that at a much higher price just to see the American version of that. I'm going in thinking that it's not as good, but I know I love the original, and I would have bought that at a much higher price. Next up is Dimension Extreme, Zombie Diaries 2, World of the Dead. I didn't even know this movie existed, and I do not think that George Romero had anything to do with this, but I'm not positive. I thought Zombie Diaries was cool. I wasn't crazy about it, but I thought it was alright. It's a George Romero zombie movie, so, you know, I'm always going to be into those. I'm pretty positive that George Romero had nothing to do with this movie. But again, $1. Zombie movie. Next up is Astral. I believe that's how you say that. Astral. Never heard of this one either. Alex, a young metaphysics student, discovers the scientific premise of an astral projection, the ability to project your spirit into an unseen dimension. Following the untimely death of his mother, he attempts to reconnect only to find himself besieged by malevolent entities from this newly opened dimension. Alex must free himself of the shadowy, wicked spirit before it's too late and he loses himself to the unseen realm for good. So, sounds pretty good. Figure I'll check it out. Next up is something called Family Possessions. Yeah, I gotta remember to take this cellophane off of these movies before I do these videos. That stuff's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy, it's gotta be driving you crazy too. All right, delivers spine-curdling shivers and goosebumps. Keeps you guessing until the very end. They've inherited much more than a house, so obviously this is a haunted house movie. Next up is something called The Final Girls. I know that I bought a movie called Final Girl at Dollar General a couple months ago. I always heard that was a really good movie. I still haven't watched it. So I don't think that this is a sequel to that movie. It's appropriately named if it is, but I don't think that it is. A love letter to 80s slasher film. The Final Girl is delightfully devilish, and that's listed by Sam Raimi. So high praise from Sam Raimi. Might as well give it a shot, especially for $1. All right, next up is Killers Within. Looks really cool. It's like embossed slipcover. It is sticking for some reason. Oh, I love that. They put the barcode sticker over the slipcover and onto the cellophane. That's great. I love it when they ruin the slipcover. That's awesome. It's Kill or Be Killed. Sue Walsh, John Elliott, and Jeff Doyle are in this movie. With her son being held captive by a criminal gang, police officer Amanda Doyle, together with her ex-husband and 3 unlikely allies, take part in a desperate plot to hold a wealthy banker and his family to ransom. But this is no ordinary family, and as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that the hunters have become the hunted. It is a fight for survival, and it is kill or be killed. So that sounds pretty good. Doesn't look like a crazy low-budget movie either, so I'm kind of curious about that one. Next up, the Shadow Collection includes 8 movies. 8 movies for $1. Backwoods, Feeding Grounds, Netherworld, Blood Predator, The Ghost Walks, The Black Raven, Gothic, and what is the 8th movie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so it lists 7, and it does not list the 8th. So maybe the 8th is called The Shadows. Who knows? 8 movies for $1. All right, next up, there are actually 2 DVDs here. This includes 8 bonus movies over 11 hours. And this is called The Snow Creature, but it's packaged in 2 different DVDs, so I'm kind of curious. You know what? We're going to look. See if there's something on both of these and see if it's actually more than 8 movies. It is more than 8 movies. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 movies. That's awesome. Actually, no, it is not. They don't have everything listed either. It is 17 movies. 9 on this one and 8 on this one. So we have The She-Beast, Curse of the Wolf, Blood Predator, Chupacabra versus the Alamo, and The Snow Creature. On that don't sound right because that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it says 8. Who cares? And this one is The She-Beast, Curse of the Wolf, Blood Predator, Chupacabra versus the Alamo. That's it. There's some movies that are on both of these. Whatever. It was $1. All right, next up is the last one I got from Dollar Tree, and it's called He's Out There. I thought that also sounded pretty good. On vacation at a remote lake house, Laura and her 2 younger daughters fight to survive after falling into a terrifying and bizarre nightmare conceived by a psychopath. So, slasher movie, $1 at Dollar Tree. Had to buy it. All right, let me get these out of the way. After I'm done this video, I'm going to probably spend a significant amount of time putting all this stuff away. Alright, I'm actually getting a much later start. It is 10 minutes after 4, and I wanted to have this done, edited, uploaded, and posted long ago. Alright, next, we went to B.A.M. That is Books A Million, for those of you who do not know. It's a bookstore. It's the one who basically is the one remaining bookstore now that, what was that other one called? Borders. I think there's also Barnes and... My wife's down here now. I have a spectator. Barnes and Noble. Alright, so I got 3 things there. First up, I got Pennywise. This is when he was first becoming Pennywise, so he's still like half human, half clown here. He basically looks like a human with clown makeup here. I got him. Next up is probably the most ridiculous purchase of the day. I got a Jaws pop figure. and he's got the air tank in his mouth. From what I understand, there's actually also a Jaws figure that does not have an air tank in his mouth. What they didn't have was Brody, Hooper, or Quint. I don't know if you can see them on there. I want to see if I can find all three of them. That's probably going to wind up being like an Amazon purchase. But I couldn't find those. They didn't have any of those three guys in there, but I thought that was pretty cool. I was surprised to see this. The girl at the counter said that this has actually been moved around inside the store to several different spots, and it was actually hidden for a while. So maybe I got lucky. Alright, and the third and final thing I bought at B.A.M. was I got another NECA figure from Friday the 13th Part 5. And this one is the Roy figure. I already have the Nightmare Sequence Jason, and I haven't been able to find him. I found him, and that made me very happy. There's still a couple NECA figures out there I want, but I'm running out. I've been collecting pretty much only the Ultimate figures. And I've amassed a pretty significant collection of them pretty fast. There's not a whole lot left that I want, but like I said, there's still a few. But that was definitely one of them. The next place I went was Hot Topic. We went to the Hamilton Mall, and I went into Hot Topic. I haven't been in the mall locally since they started to reopen the state. So I went in there and I grabbed a couple pop figures, but amusingly enough, they didn't have any bags. All they had was little tiny bags, so I would have had to carry each pop figure in its own bag. Or she said the other option was I had to buy my own bag. So it was either carry around a bunch of little bags or buy this bag. Thankfully, it was only $1. Kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. Alright, so I got 4 pop figures there. I got Lurch from the Addams Family. I thought he was kind of cool. I've never been a gigantic Addams Family guy. I actually like the Munsters more than the Addams Family. But I do like Lurch, and I do like the Addams Family. I just prefer the Munsters. And next up I got, I'll show all 3 of these at the same time, being that they actually do go together. Let's see. I got Jeff Hanneman, Kerry King, and Tom Araya from Slayer. I've been thinking about picking these up, but I didn't know if I wanted to buy all 3 of them. I was going to just get Tom Araya, but then I thought that I really should probably get Kerry King too, and then I decided, well, if I'm going to get Tom Araya and Kerry King, I might as well get all 3 of them. So, I did. Got all 3 of the guys from Slayer. Alright, and finally, this was the last stop of the day. We went to that second Walmart, and I bought Nicolas Cage and Mandy for $5. I've been seeing this there for a while. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not, but then I finally picked up the DVD and read the back of it, and at the very top it says, insanely violent, and unearthly beautiful, or I don't even know what that word is. Insanely violent. We're going to stick with that. So, insanely violent Nicolas Cage Blu-ray for $5. I'm in. I bought it. Alright, the last DVD that I finally got was Zombieland 2, the Zombieland Double Tap. Been hearing a lot of good things about this as well. Loved the first Zombieland movie. Finally pulled the trigger and got that. I think it was like $15. And the last thing to show you today is I got another NECA figure. It is a different Pennywise than the one that I already have. I know that there's one more out there where he's got the real long, like lobster-looking arms or whatever those things are, insect arms. He's the last one that I want to get. So now I have 2 Pennywise NECA figures from the remake of the It movie. I have both of these. I have this one other one, as well as the original Tim Curry Pennywise. There's the back of the box. Comes with a couple different heads. I thought he was pretty cool. But that's it. Oh, you know what? Nope, I did buy this t-shirt at that last Walmart too. Not so much a horror collectible, but I thought it was pretty cool. Joker with a skeleton, whatever. Alright, so that's it for this video. I bought way too much stuff yesterday. I wanted to go out and get a couple NECA figures, and that was it. And I wound up with way more than what I intended to buy. So, I hope you liked this video. If you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video and you've been enjoying my content up to this point, please do me a huge personal favor. Click that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Once again, I want to say thank you to everybody out there that wished me a happy birthday And again, I want to say to Jason from Horrific Nightmares, today is your birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Here's to many, many more. I'm going to get out of here. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a kick-ass day. And thank you for watching. Later, folks.